Alright, and welcome to the walk-in, ladies and gentlemen. Please give us a subscribe if you would, please. And today we're going to be talking about a terror plot that was foiled in the UK, specifically in the Leeds area. So, a man who plotted to bomb a hospital in Leeds and an RAF base, actually Menwith Hill, which is a intelligence base operated by US and UK personnel. It's the big golf balls on the hill in just north of Yorkshire. You may have seen it. To Mohammed Farooq, 28, targeted St James's Hospital in January of 2023, but he was stopped by a member of the public. So you can see him here in the hospital. He had a pressure cooker explosive device, which is common with kind of lone wolf attackers inspired by ISIS, Al Qaeda, ISIS/Daesh. In this case, it was a Daesh inspired attack. Farooq was actually employed by the hospital at the time as a nursing assistant. He had initially thought about attacking RAF Menwith Hill. However, he deemed it too difficult, so went for the softer target of a hospital. And in fact, during the trial, his mobile phone and car usage shows that he did visit the site a couple of times before he wanted to carry out the attack. So obviously he was scoping out security, that kind of stuff. Decided it was too difficult and went to the hospital, and his plan was then to kill a lot of nurses. It seems quite a disjointed ideology, gone from a military target to go into a soft civilian target. But the court was told that he had immersed himself in extremist Islamic ideology and went to the hospital to seek his own martyrdom through a murderous terrorist attack. Farooq's plan was to detonate the bomb, then kill as many people as possible with knives before using an imitation firearm. And you can see the imitation firearm here. It's obviously a blank firing pistol, to incite police to shoot him dead. So he wanted to be a martyr in this case, and obviously carry out attacks on lots of innocent civilians, particularly ones that are particularly vulnerable, maybe in a hospital as well. So he sent a bomb threat in a text message to an off-duty nurse in order to lure people to the car park where he was waiting. And that was not seen for almost an hour, so he did not get the full-scale evacuation that he hoped for. Farooq then returned shortly after with a new plan to wait in a hospital cafe for a staff shift change and then detonate his device. But the court heard luck intervened again because the patient, Nathan Newby, was standing outside the hospital having a cigarette and noticed the defendant. Newby realised something was amiss and began to talk to him. And that act of kindness almost certainly saved many lives that night, because the defendant was later able to tell police officers who arrested him Mr. Newby succeeded in talking him down. So obviously this is a worrying development, but is another lone wolf attack, which probably are the most common, the most likely to succeed these days, particularly in the UK. But luckily it was averted. So, a pressure cooker and knives inside a hospital would not be good at all, or indeed at Menwith Hill. So there we go. Let us know what you think. This is Mohammed Farooq, and he has now been convicted, and he'll be sentenced at a later date. So we'll bring you news back on his sentencing as well. I should think it would be a long one. I would think it would be maximum security. Anyway, thanks for listening to The Walk-In. Please drop a subscribe and a like and all that good stuff if you would be so kind. And thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.